I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Also want to give double honors unto the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Blessings and salutations unto the elect of Yasha, which consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as the hopeful elect, the Akim out there enduring this truth across the four corners of the earth, teaching and prophesying through the spirit of Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, in truth and sincerity, as well as the men and women that follow, and those who might look like the other nation but are of the nation of Israel and their father's side by blood. And just wanted to get into a quick lesson, dealing with Sirach, the 39th chapter, and just dealing with the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, does what he want, when he want, how he want, why he want, so on and so forth. All right, and I'm gonna just jump straight into it. This is Sirach 39:16. It says, "All the works of the Lord are exceeding good, and whatsoever he commanded shall be accomplished in due season." Because the Lord, he doesn't count slackness. His word doesn't go out void. All right. He's omnipotent. He's the most high for a reason. Okay. And all his works are good. All right. When we get to this place where we're in captivity, you know, we're in captivity. We've went through slavery. We got to the point where we're in so-called 2026 and we're on the bottom, you know, and we looked at like we're nothing, or they even considered us 3/5 of a man. You got all this police brutality going on. You got those specific agents going after the northern tribe, targeting the southern tribe. All right, Esau coming down. The Lord allowing him to have the bit of power that he had to be the hammer, to be his sword. All right. All of those works are good. Natural disasters, all of those works are good. Okay. But just because we might not fully understand, all right, the ways and the works of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, it doesn't mean that they're not good. They all have reasons for it. Now, his men, the prophets, the ones who seeking Yahweh Shem Yahushai and looking forward to getting the hell up out of here, all right, he gives them that understanding of his ways. Okay. Oh, yep, it's right here. It says Isaiah 55:8, and since I quoted that, I'm gonna just get that as well. It says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, and neither are your ways my ways," said the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Right? So everybody won't be able to understand why the Lord only chose Israel. Why only Israelites can get salvation. Why Esau is allowed to do what he want to do right now. Well, he's in dominion. This is his kingdom. All right. The Lord gave him a little bit of power. He did no different with Cyrus the Great. No different than Nebuchadnezzar. No different than Alexander the Greek. All right. America or these presidents or whoever, whatever, it's no different, man. But those works are good. For one, they're prophecy. Nebuchadnezzar had the dream. He said, "Hey, you the head, you the gold head, man. You got the silver, the silver, the arms, the breastplate of silver, Medo-Persian Empire, down to the Greek, down to the Roman, down to the toes, which we in those times now. So they good because they're prophetic. All right. It says, verse 9, it says, "For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." And we have to understand that. So everything might not add up from face value. All right. But once it all sums up, it's the perfect equation when it comes to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It says, "For as the rain cometh down," just imagine you give a third grader You give a third grader a math problem and tell them to use the please excuse my dear Aunt Sally method. They got parentheses and exponents in there. They got to multiply some things, divide some things, add some things, subtract some. They ain't going to understand what the hell's going on. All right. But once you show them how it's done, once you show the process of the summing it all up, they'll understand. And that's how we're in those times. Through the spirit of YAHAWASHI, the apostles and elders been speaking about the things that's going on nowadays, decades ago. All right, some men have been around speaking of those same things, going 5 years back, 10 years back, and now we're at a time where the elementary students are being shown the mathematical method, so to speak. Right? Even if they don't want to believe it, if they don't want to watch to the end of the equation, if they don't even want to understand it or learn it. But nonetheless, that's the equation of salvation, man. Okay, things are happening upon this earth and going to continue to happen upon this earth, and it's going to get worse upon this earth because we in the time of Esau, Edom's judgment, man. All right. It says, for as the rain cometh down and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth a bud, maketh it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater. So the rain come down, the snow come down, it waters the earth. All right. Helps the nutrients in the soil, which helps bring forth food, man. All right. It says, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. And that's why prophecy is very, very important. If you go to the very first verse of this chapter, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecy, because the Lord's word doesn't go out void, and it's going to accomplish that where he sent it. All right. So jumping back down to 16, it says, all the works of the Lord are exceeding good, and whatsoever he commanded shall be accomplished in due season. And all of the prophecies is written down as words that he commanded, because men spoke those words. And they were written down, and we're reading those books in these latter days. We're reading those words in these latter days. Hell, we're prophesying those words in these latter days through the spirit of YAHAWASHI. All right. It says, and none may say, what is this? Wherefore is that? For at time convenient they shall all be sought out. At his commandment the waters stood as an heap, and at the words of his mouth the receptacles of waters. At his commandment is done whatsoever pleaseth him, and none can hinder when he was saved. You got people that stopped believing in the Heavenly Father because they lost family members. You got people that don't believe in the Heavenly Father because of the conditions that we're in. You know, speaking more so to the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, aka the Israelites, the Bible. Same ones that came out of Egypt. Well, why would God put us through slavery? Or where was God? That's the question that they like to ask. Where was God during slavery? Shit, right there. Watching us play out our punishment because we went against our power. Read the book of Baruch. You know, he didn't do it to destroy us. That's the thing. You all his works are exceeding good. Through that, we know what not to do now. We know how to operate properly and correctly through the Spirit for those who have received it. You know, and guess what? The 2/3 and those who won't receive it now is gonna have the full understanding in the kingdom. Gonna wake up to that everlasting shame like, dang, they tried to wake me up and I denied them. I was mocking them. I drove past throwing up gang signs. I threw, cups at them. I threw whatever caused you not to get this word in these times. You're going to wake up to that understanding. All right. It says that his commandment is done whatsoever pleaseth him, and none can hinder when he will. And that's where we're at too, man, with these prophecies. It's over. America's over there fiddling. They're over there fiddling. I'm about to see what that means. Let me see. What's the definition of it? Fiddling. I don't even know why it popped up. It says fiddling generally refers to playing the fiddle or violin. It also means aimlessly toying with something using your hands, tinkering with an object to make adjustments, or wasting time. Additionally, the adjective fiddling describes something trivial or insignificant. Fiddling little detail. Let's see. Let's see what's in fiddle faddle. String musical instrument. Okay, it's just going into that. So kind of play upon the fiddle. Trifles. Busy oneself with trifles. Talk nonsense. All right, so I honestly, in a true sense, that ain't even a proper word to utilize. As it was going into things being insignificant and wasting time, because they're doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. The only time that they're wasting is trying to fulfill their enterprise, because they were not going to fulfill it. All right. So continuing on in verse 19, it says, that's another thing. In verse 18, it says, I'll read it again. It says, at his commandment is done whatsoever pleaseth him, and none can hinder when he will save. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what you got, Wisdom of Solomon, in the 5th chapter. All right. They thought that those men was wasting their time. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High? Well, it's up to the Lord who he saves and who he doesn't save. It's up to the Lord who, whatever genealogy or whatever nation you go back to. All right, whatever ethnicity you have, you're Israelite, a Edomite, an Ammonite, a Moabite, a Ishmaelite, whatever the case is, it's up to the Lord that gave you your race. All right. It says the works of all flesh are before him, and nothing can be hid from his eyes, even the ones who seek deep to hide their counsel. Really trying to fight against YAHAWASHI's will, man. One second. Because as we read, all right, whatsoever pleases him is going to be done. Okay, and what pleases him is the words that he writ down for us to speak. That's what he want done, because that's what he said is going to be done. All right. It says, he seeth from everlasting to everlasting. And then another thing with 19, and nothing can be hid from his eyes. Those who, I love God, I love the Lord, I love Jesus, I love. Well, we're all going to get our chance to prove ourselves if we love Yahweh Shem Shai during the hour of temptation, right? And the ones that he's going to put the spirit on to sustain that hour of temptation, those are his chosen, man. All right. The hour of temptation going to be the world being tempted with that MOTB. Okay. No man shall buy or sell save he that had the mark. All right. It's coming. It's right around the corner. It's right around the corner. They're setting up their justifications. All right. Safety. Oh, we got to get the immigrants out. Oh, we need digital IDs, and got people hacking banks and the debit cards and credit cards and accounts and whatever the case is, man. They're setting up their justification. All right. We need to stop all of this hate crime. Verse 20, it says, He seeth from everlasting to everlasting, and there is nothing wonderful before him, because he done seen it all, been around it all, and done it all. He's written it all. We're in his movie. We're in his movie, just playing our part. It says, a man need not to say, what is this? Wherefore is that? For he hath made all things for their uses. And that's the thing. Everything has their uses. You know, even Esau the wicked. All right, he's the sword once again. That's what the Lord is using him for. What about the other nations? They gonna be servants in the kingdom. That's gonna be their use. You know, Israelites, we're gonna be in rulership through the spirit of YAHAWASHI, man. All right. Hey, we didn't write the movie. We just playing our part just as well as the rest of the nations. It says his blessing covered the dry land as a river and watered it as a flood. As he had turned the waters into saltness, so shall the heathen inherit his wrath. Because all things is done according to his will. And, I'm going to end it right here on 24. It says, as his ways are plain unto the holy, because we have understanding of why the Lord is doing what he's doing and has to do what he has to do and is going to do what he's going to do. All right? Because it's all written at the end of the day. Okay? And we was meant to be in this position. We was meant to fall and rise back up. Well, we fell, starting predominantly in 70 AD with the destruction of our people, chasing us up, ransacking the temple, destroying it, you know, taking out the goods from out of it. All right, the Archetypus, go check it out. That's how they boasting and they bragging and they promoting the type of things that they do. And they do the same to this day, just in a different fashion. They'll create a boogeyman and go attack that boogeyman and make it seem like themselves are the hero, predominantly speaking about the American Edomites. All right? But that's Babylon the Great, the great whore that got to be judged. So the Lord gave you that power to do that. Right? So we understand that you're going to have the PDF files and still have the world running regular like ain't shit happened. Like those things didn't come out. You have deceived the world. Congratulations. That's your job. That's your use. That's what the Lord uses you for, to deceive the world, deceive the nations. To have people docile as hell while so-called UFOs is flying throughout the earth. You got the PDF files going and you got certain people committing Gene OSIDE, you know, and committing wartime breaking wartime laws. All right, but everything's okay. Let's keep this World Cup shit going. Let's keep the NFL draft going. Let's still have the NBA finals. Just keep on real circusing niggas. All right, that's cool. That's cool. Because as his way to the holy, so are they stumbling blocks into the wicked. You know, so people don't understand why we uh, uh are called and obligated to teach this word. You know, they don't understand why all the heathen can't be saved. They don't understand why newborn babies, don't get to live. Why some babies are aborted. They don't understand that. But it's all according to YAHAWASHI's will, man. All right. We understand that judgment is swimming through the earth, you know, and it's only going to increase, man. It's only going to increase. Oil going up, gas going up, food going up, price of living going up, and all in all, guess what? Your pay ain't going up. What you think that's going to make people do? Become more peaceful? Nah. The love of many shall wax cold. And we're coming into those times, man. where it's going to manifest even more. All right. So with that, Lord willing, you was edified, and Lord willing, we allowed to endure to the end. Once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Shalom.